Looks like one of our development parts didn't fare too well in testing. I've put it on hold for now. You can restart work from the laptop. We're going to have to go back now and make some adjustments in order to get the final numbers looking more like we were expecting in the simulation.
Hello, this is JO83. This is episode 11 of my Salvaging Sauber Career Mode, and this time we're at Spa. And unfortunately, one of the development parts has failed, so I'll have to sort that out at some point. But yeah, Belgian Grand Prix in Spa, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to be a good track, because I do quite enjoy this track on previous F1 games, so I should do the same on this one. Let's get straight onto the practice programs then in this Sauber, which is still absolutely awful, but nevertheless, we get on with it. And can we get a few more points after last time out in Hungary? If you missed that, go and check it out. It was a few weeks ago, just because I've been pretty busy with like college and stuff. So yeah, purple score in the track authorization test, and that is a good start. 50 resource points there. Now on to the next test, which is the fuel saving test, and we're very close to the purple score. Can we stretch it up to there? It's just short shift all the way to the line. It's not going to be quite enough, I don't think. So green score, 30 resource points it'll do. And now onto the tyre wear test is the next one, and we're currently in the purple. Can we keep it there without locking up brake into bus stop chicane? And yes, we can. So it's going to be a nice little 50 resource points there, and hopefully pace is good, because the AOR time trials, the tracks, one of the tracks was Belgium. I recorded this video just shortly after I did my time trial times, which you can kind of tell how long ago it was. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago since I recorded this, to be honest. But yeah, I've just been really busy with other stuff at the minute. I haven't had time to edit and commentate, but still, I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. And race strategy, we got a full pace there as well, 50 more resource points. And on to the final one, which is the qualifying pace test, and we're just about up on the Delta, which is only to come 19th. So the target really is just beat Pascal, because obviously the Sauber is the worst car on the grid, but we don't actually get into 17th. Well, the target of 17th there, so that's decent. And now onto qualifying, and it is fully dry for the Belgian Spa-Francorchamps, and that is a good start, because the wet in this, although I did pretty well in Canada, I don't really like driving the rain in this game. But obviously the AI are pretty much terrible at it, so that kind of helped me out in Canada. But onto getting back to this weekend and setting my first run in qualifying. It's a bit of a banker lap. I've not been pushing too hard, and we actually come 5th place out of the people set times, 3 seconds off of Valtteri Bottas at the minute, down to 15th now at the, on lap 2, and that was a terrible run for Eau Rouge, and we're down on the Delta by about half a tenth of a second. Opening up the DRS now, coming down towards the Le Com chicane. We've got a car behind me, not quite sure who that is, so they might be looking to overtake me at some point in the lap, if it's a Mercedes, say, and they catch me up during the lap. But now through Le Com, it is difficult in the Sauber, because there's just so little mechanical grip that you just need to take it so slowly. And through the next corner, and we got on the gravel, and that is us out of the qualifying. So that's gone really well. Just set my banker time, which wasn't that quick, and I'm out of qualifying, because I put a wheel on the gravel, so it spun the car out, and I lost the wheel. So yeah, not too good. Out of Q1, and where's that? I did set a time though, so it might be not last. Let's have a look where I am. I'm in 18th actually, ahead of Van Dorn and Verline, so that banker wasn't too bad. So now I think Lewis Hamilton's on pole position with Kimi Räikkönen alongside him, and I'll leave Crofty to take down the rest of the grid.
Starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Räikkönen, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Grosjean, Ocon, Magnussen, and Carlos Sainz, Perez, Massa, Nico Hülkenberg, and Stroll, Palmer, Alonso, Sauber, and Stoffel Van Dorn. Kvyat and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So we're actually starting in 17th place, but it's going to be a one-stop strategy, it looks like, with super soft onto the soft tyres on lap 10, I think. Yeah, 10 laps into the stint, and Daniel Kvyat also had a penalty, so up into 17th, or 18th, sorry, it is 17th. Now 5 red lights coming on for the Belgian Grand Prix, and it is quite a long hold here, and it's lights out and away we go, and up from 17th place, get a good start initially. Hülkenberg's diving ahead of one of the Force Indians ahead of me. Kvyat's got an unbelievable start from behind me. I'm going to switch back to the inside of Kvyat though, brake early, switch to the inside, and we've gone up the inside with a load of cars there. A lot of oversteer and exit, but we're up into 12th place, and Carlos Sainz is also alongside, and we've got a better run out of La Source, and we're side by side with Sainz, but he's just about going to have to yield that position, looks like, unless he's got very good straight on speed. But we're going to be side by side top of Rouge, and Sainz backs out quite sensibly there, and we're up into 11th place, which is a very good start from 17th, up 6 positions already. But now Magnussen is the next car ahead of me. Can we start to close on him? But look at this train we've got behind me, and 2 Toro Rossos, and then Lance Stroll. And this is going to be very interesting over the first few laps, because through the middle sector, this Sauber is absolutely awful. But we're actually closing on Magnussen quite a lot through the next few corners, and can we even pressure the Dane into a mistake and overtake him into the points perhaps. But onto lap 3 now, and I've just been able to keep the cars behind me at bay for the time being. Magnussen's also dropped back from the higher reaches of the points, and Sainz now is going to go for a move. It looks like he's right behind me on the he's switching to the outside, looks like, but no, he stays behind me through Blanchard on this occasion. But yeah, this Sauber has little straight line speed, very little like grip through the slow corners and fast corners, but we're doing our best to try and keep him behind for the time being. Magnussen's actually going to pull into the pits, so up into the 11th place, that's very early, lap 3, so that's probably going to be a 2-stop for Magnussen, and that is good for us. And Hamilton's also in as well, onto the softs, and he might be able to take it to the end, but I'll be surprised. And now onto lap 6, a few laps later, I've got a big squirm on through the next corner. We're up into 4th because of the amount of front runners who've pitted, but Sainz is still right behind me, and I think he's probably getting frustrated at this point. It's 6 laps behind a Sauber, and obviously he's much better driving in real life than being stuck behind a Sauber, especially at a track like Spa where it's reasonably easy to overtake. But unfortunately I've gone wide through Pouon, and Sainz is going to take advantage there, goes switching up the inside and take that position, and once he's ahead it's going to be difficult to try and stay with him because of the dirty air, and that Sainz is much quicker than me normally, but when AI are in dirty air they're pretty terrible. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Sainz, you can see a few laps later, has pulled away massively. I think that's about 4 or 5 seconds in just 3 laps. So up Eau Rouge now, and Perez is right behind me. With that, he's pitted. No, he hasn't pitted actually, so this is for net position. And Perez and yeah, Hamilton's right behind Perez as well, but Perez is going to switch to the inside. DRS is open with his Mercedes engine. He's going to go to the inside of Lecombe. Can we hold it with him around the outside of Lecombe corner? He did this to Massa in real life in 2016. Can we do it to him? Yes, we can. And Hamilton's actually got past Perez as well, gone right around the outside. Very good driving from the Brit there in the Mercedes, and he's just about got into the net. Well, it was already the net lead because I think he's the highest running car who's already stopped. And my tyres are getting towards the end of their life now, and Hamilton's right behind me. I've gone wide through the corner with no name. And now down towards Pouon, Hamilton's right behind me. He's not going to waste time here, he's going to go straight to the inside. There's not really much point in fighting it. He is a Mercedes, and he's probably the best driver on the grid, although in this career mode at least. Raikkonen's been unbelievable, so maybe Raikkonen's better than him on my career mode save for some reason, but Perez still very, very close behind me. But Hamilton's managed to carve his way through both cars there in about 4 corners, so very good stuff for Hamilton. And he's up into the lead, and I believe his next challenger probably is Vettel, but he's in the pack of cars behind me. But Hamilton we saw pit very early, so we weren't sure if he's going to the end, so that's it, some interesting stuff for the front of the field. But I'm back onto our battle with Sergio Perez here. He's going to go to the, which side he's going to pick. He's got a very good run towards Blanchard. He's going to go to the inside line. Myself and Sergio Perez battling for 5th, and I'm going to try and force him to the inside. We're going to try and hold it right on the outside. We just about do it, but now switching onto the external camera, it's side by side into the bus stop chicane now. We're going to just about break later, then we're up the inside, trying to avoid him if I cut in the corner a little bit. He cuts the next corner, so we're right on the outside of Perez, and it's wheel to wheel, and we've just about held that position, getting good run out of the final corner, and we're up back into 5th place. But Perez is going to maybe think about moving to the inside, and no, he doesn't. And I believe Raikkonen's actually in the lead, so Hamilton isn't leading unless Raikkonen hasn't stopped yet. So yeah, interesting, because Raikkonen's obviously won about 7 races so far this career mode or something like that, so he's been unbelievable. But can we still hold Perez behind me up the main straight, or up the back straight rather, up towards Lecombe again? But Perez is going to get the DRS wide open, and his Mercedes engine is better than this Sauber Ferrari engine, so Perez is going to switch to the outside and probably go for a move. Bottas is right behind as well. It's basically exactly the same as the previous lap, about Bottas this time apart from Hamilton. And now we're going to try and hold it around the outside of Lecombe with Perez once again. Can we hold him off this time? We're wheel to wheel still. Can we force him wide? He goes over the curve onto the gravel. Great move there from Perez though. Can we dive it back up the inside? No, it's a bit too late. A bit too late of a move there. And now Bottas is the next car behind me. He's going to go for a move as well. I've gone wide through that corner. And now Bottas is very close behind. He's going to go for a similar move to what his teammate did on the previous lap, it looks like. And Bottas has got a very good run. He's going to go to the inside. I don't try and fight it because obviously, once again, he's a Mercedes. And yeah, it's just impossible to keep him behind really. And now Vettel's right behind as well. So Bottas and Vettel have dropped back massively from their teammates. But coming on to the end of lap 10, this is my pit stop lap. We are into the pit lane. Vettel and Ricciardo overtake me obviously, and a few more cars. Verstappen, who has pitted already. Stroll hasn't pitted, but he is still behind me luckily. But he's going to have to make a pit stop a bit later in the race, but hopefully I can undercut him, even though with a slow car the undercut doesn't really work, because obviously it involves setting faster lap times than the other cars, but that's pretty much impossible even in clear air. So yeah, unfortunate, but we'll do our best, and reasonably quick pit stop. We're down to 19th or 18th in a minute, but Van Dorn's going to overtake me. We've got a shorter run though. We've gone a little bit wide in the pit exit, but Van Dorn's still right behind me. Can we get a good exit? It's very, very close with the Belgian in his McLaren. And obviously it's got the Honda power unit, which in the game at least is absolutely terrible. If Honda has started improving a little bit in real life lately, but in the game it's still awful. So Van Dorn's going to be very close behind me down the back straight, but luckily the Ferrari 2016 engine is still better than the Honda engine with DRS open, so that's a good news for me. And now on to lap 17, Magnussen's pitted, he's behind me. I've got a bit of a gap now to Van Dorn as well. Berline is right ahead of me. Can we overtake him? He's going very slowly. I believe he's pitting. Yes, he is. And yeah, good teamwork there. Get him out of the way just as I catch up to him. No need for an overtake or anything or team orders. Pascal is in the pit lane, but we overtake a few more cars as well. Lance Stroll, Grosjean and Sergio Perez, who was the car we were battling beforehand. This to show if the undercut is successful or not. And I believe that it isn't successful, as Perez has still got a very big lead. But now on to lap 17, I'm into 11th place. There's a few more cars appeared, so it's not impossible to think about points, because obviously like one car drops out, that's the 10th place for us, and that'll be very good stuff. But now Grosjean's going to try and challenge our 11th place. He's going to switch to the inside, come here, hold it around the outside of Lecom, as we were doing with Perez earlier. On the outside line, very close stuff. We get the inside of the next corner though. Can we do a switchback move through the next corner? And we're going to try it. Grosjean goes in deep, but he gets a very good exit. But so do I. I'm right behind him now. This is close enough. This is dive-on range. And that's what we're going to go for. Grosjean has to leave a space on the inside, and we've just about got the inside for the 180-degree right-hander. And that is us back up into 11th place in the Sauber. So it's pretty crucial to try and keep this in case someone drops out. Obviously, it might all be in vain, because for all I know, people might not drop out. But still, through the next corner, we managed to avoid letting Grosjean through, as we did to the Mercedes earlier in that corner. But the Sauber is awful through the middle sector, as I've said a few times before. But now on to the next lap, Grosjean's right behind me again. He switched to the outside this time, as I did to him the previous lap. But we've just about held it around the outside of the second part of the corner, which gives us the inside line, and we get a good enough exit to hold it off, it looks like. But Grosjean's still very close behind, but he's not going to go for a move into the next corner, because the AI aren't that risky. So that's pretty good for me. But Grosjean's still right behind me through the next few corners. You can just see how wide I've gone there, over the curb, and that's going to give Grosjean a great run. Can he go to the inside? I want to try and block it, but unfortunately Grosjean's already there. I can't weave on him, but he's going to get the inside line for Pouon, and that makes it a pretty easy move really, and Grosjean has taken that 11th place off us, which is unfortunate, because now if someone does drop out, then there's not a chance of getting points really. But we're still going to fight for it. Obviously, count back is pretty important in the lower reaches when you get not many points in the season. 11th and 12th places matter, and it's good for the team status and stuff. And now Lance Stroll is going to go alongside me. He's going to try and run the outside of Blanchimont. This would be a lovely move by Stroll if he can pull it off, but we've just about held our nose at the inside. Stroll has to go the long way around, but we're going to switch it back into a slipstream onto the inside line. Can we make a move up into the bus stop chicane? Yes, we do. Very, very wheel-to-wheel stuff. Massa is going to try and take advantage here. The Williams are side by side, it looks like, but Stroll is still at the inside. I get a bit of oversteer, but we've just about held it off. Good run out the last corner. Open up the DRS, and we're still side by side with Lance Stroll down towards the source. And it's going to wheel-to-wheel stuff, and there's a car in the pit lane actually, I think, and it's Ricardo. He's actually got ahead of me, but we still have held off Stroll. And Grosjean has got into the points. Ricardo on the ultra soft tyres is probably going to catch and pass Grosjean pretty quickly. He's got a much superior car. But Stroll's going to go for a move into Eau Rouge. Is he? Oh, just about hold him off, but it's still side by side. Stroll, that was pretty risky, I'm not going to lie, but still, we've held him off for the time being. And now on to lap 19. And this time it's Felipe Massa who's overtaken his teammate, and he's now going to try and overtake me as well. He's going to switch it to the inside line and through Blanchimont. I've got to try and hold it on the outside this time, and Massa, with the straight line speed advantage of the Williams compared to the Sauber, is going to take that position. Can we go for a move into the final chicane though? I've tried it a few times already this race. We're going to go for a lunge into the bus stop chicane. We force him wide, and he's going to have to take a bad run through the final corner. We're going to go right around the outside, get a lot of momentum there. Over the curb though, unfortunately, Massa has got a good run. But can we get in this slipstream with the DRS open as usual, and we're going to go diving up the inside of La Source hairpin and just about take that position, force him out wide over the curbs, and that's us back into 12th place, and that is good stuff. As Ricardo hasn't overtaken Grosjean yet, but now Massa is right behind me with Stroll, and I believe a Force India maybe behind him. Massa's going to go to the inside line in Pouon again. For the 4th time this race I've been overtaken up the inside of Pouon, which is pretty annoying because there's not much I can really do. Unfortunately, even Massa has taken that position, and he's probably going to run away with it. But now, through the next few corners, through Stavolo, I'm still behind Lance Stroll, unfortunately. And I'm not behind him, ahead of Lance Stroll, but I've dropped the position to Massa. But we've gone wide over the curves, but Stroll can't take advantage on this occasion. And we're in between the Williams now, which I think we're still very much punching above our weight. The target is 18th, so that's pretty much guaranteed at this point, unless I absolutely bottle it. And Lance Stroll now is going to go for a move at the inside of Blanchimont once again. It's going to be very close stuff for about the 3rd lap in a row. I'm at side by side with the Williams through Blanchimont, and Stroll has got that advantage. But I'm going to try and get in a slipstream as I did to Massa last lap, and we're going to switch it to the inside, go for a lunge once again on Lance Stroll, diving up the inside, forcing him wide. Can we get a good exit right around the outside of the second part of the bus stop? Yes, we do. Right around the outside. That's a lovely move there. And we're back up into the 13th place, and Stroll on the super soft tyres is right behind me though. And this time through Pouon, can we not let him go up the inside? We're going to try and defend it. It looks though we're not. Stroll is just about going to go up the inside, and that is probably that. As it's so hard to defend against someone with the inside line there. It's such a long corner that if you have the inside, it's impossible to defend against. This is really annoying at this point, to be honest. But Stroll gets that position up into 14th. Now Magnussen is the next car behind me on super softs, and he's going to go on soft tyres. Sorry, he's going to go around the outside of Lecom. Can we do a switchback move, get a decent run through the next corner, as we did to his teammate earlier in the race? And we've just about got a good run through there. Kimi Räikkönen is the one of the race. It's the final lap of the Grand Prix. Can we dive up the inside like Magnussen? Yes, we can. Bit aggressive, but he's prone to doing that in real life, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of Magnussen in real life after his last few races, is what he's done to several drivers. But now Magnussen is going to go, he got a good run towards P1, but this time go defensive, absolutely at last, to be honest, because Magnussen's going to try on the outside, and you can just see how easy it is to defend against cars trying to go on the outside of P1. And I should have just done that against the Williams, to be honest. But now onto the final sector of the final lap, and Magnussen is right on my tail. He's going to go around the outside of the bus stop chicane, and he's just about done it. But can we get back into the slipstream, as you've seen me do a few times already on this race? And we're down to 15th as it stands, but we're going to go diving up the side of Magnussen into the final chicane, up the inside, force him wide, and go around the outside of the second part, as we've done to a few drivers this race already. And yes, we do, up into 14th, and that's going to be the end of the race. In 14th place, which is a decent result, obviously no points, but we've outperformed our teammate massively and punched above our weight with a few of the midfield cars, so I'm pretty happy with it. And let's look at the podium then, and it is Kimi Räikkönen once again winning the race, with Lewis Hamilton in second. I believe Hamilton switched to a 2-stop, or maybe it was just that Räikkönen had a little traffic by extending his first stint quite a lot, but either way, Räikkönen wins rather. I think his 7th win or 8th win of the season or something is won absolutely tons. I think only 2 of the races to be won by non-Finnish drivers. Either Bottas or Räikkönen have been absolutely dominating, so a little bit surprising. But Spa, Räikkönen is known as a bit of a Spa specialist, and once again he's proved that, winning the race, and Hamilton second, Vettel third. So Hülkenberg up in 4th place for the Renault team. That is a bit confusing as to how he's that high, to be honest, but obviously we saw him do well in real life here with Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Kvyat, and Romain Grosjean out the points, and that is decent stuff. Palmer DNF'd, I came 14th, Verline 17th, which is decent for him as well actually. But that's going to be the end of this video. If you have enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Sorry for the lack of uploads this career mode, I've just been very busy lately with schoolwork and stuff, but I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. This has been J83, and I will see you next time.